Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of this video, today we're going to be highlighting some differences between the Android and the Apple. I've bought the iPhone 13 Pro Max at the end of November 2021, but before that I've only used Android. I haven't owned any Apple products at all before that and haven't used them either, so I didn't know much about the iPhone. The only thing that I heard that everyone says is that the iPhone is the best phone in the market, but having used the Android, I beg to differ. This video is not in any shape or form meant to criticize Apple, but I just want to highlight some differences as a devoted Android user. Even though I've moved to Apple, I just want to highlight some things that are clearly visible. Some differences that are clearly visible between the two phones, and these things are probably things that people who have only used the Android don't even know perhaps exists. I'll put clips of the two phones so you can actually see what I mean. Without further ado, let's jump into it. The first thing that is on the Android but it's not on the iPhone is split screen. On the Android, you've got the opportunity to use two tabs at the same time. It's basically like on a laptop where you can have two screens and split the screen and work on two things at the same time, or watch a video on one side while reading an article or typing something. But this is not possible on the iPhone. You can also have a game at the top and have WhatsApp at the bottom. The only thing you cannot split screen with is Instagram, but pretty much with other apps you can split screen, and I think this is quite a very cool feature. So I would have really liked the iPhone to have, because there were times where I would play Uno on my phone, have a game at the top, and at the bottom I would reply to a text from WhatsApp, and this is something that you can not really do. Or if you want to watch a video like Netflix at the top and have maybe a text at the bottom or an article at the bottom, that's something you can't do on the Android, but this feature is not on the iPhone. The second thing that is on the Android but is not on the iPhone is the ability to copy multiple things and save them on a clipboard. So as you can see, you can copy different text. So I can copy like a telephone number or copy a text or maybe a code, and it will save them all in a clipboard, so I can go back to them later on. Let's say maybe in the afternoon, if I copy something in the morning and I want to go back to it in the afternoon, it's already saved on a clipboard, which I think is such a useful feature. But with the iPhone, you can only copy one thing and that's it. Like, you can copy that only, like that text to that word, and that's the only thing you can paste. It will not show you what you copied before. So yeah, it's something that I actually really use on the Android, but it's not on the iPhone, and it's something that I think it would be very nice to incorporate. The third thing that you can do on the Android but you cannot do on the iPhone is the ability to have a small YouTube tab open even when you're not on the app. So whether you have when you have premium, YouTube Premium, you can actually, let's say you're watching a video and you want to go off and do other things, you can, when you go off, it will leave a small tab open on the side. This is only available if you have YouTube Premium on the Android, but even if you have YouTube Premium on the iPhone, it will not leave that small tab open, which is kind of, I guess, mind-boggling, because you can do this with Netflix but you cannot do it with YouTube. The fourth thing, which is kind of mind-boggling, is that when you upload the YouTube video on the iPhone, you cannot leave the app. You need to have YouTube open or it will not upload the video. So I'm kind of shocked, because last time I filmed the video and I was uploading it on YouTube, I closed the app because that's something that I usually do on the Android, and when I came back, the video was not uploading at all because I left the app, which is so crazy to me. And I see why many people upload their videos using their laptop, but on the Android, if you upload a video, you can just close the app, go about your business, do what you gotta do on your phone, and it will still keep uploading the video. And actually will show you at the top how much you have left and how much has been uploaded so far, which I think is such a good thing, because it means that on the iPhone you basically need to stay on the app. You cannot use your phone for anything else. If you're uploading a video, it needs to stay like that for like 7 hours, or how much it takes you to upload the video, which can actually drain the battery. So I don't get why this thing is not implemented. I'm kind of shocked. The fifth thing that is on the Android and is not on the iPhone is the headphone jack. This is not like a definite thing because I know that some Samsung and some Android phones are removing the headphone jack as well. But when I had my Samsung S9 Plus, I had it and it was so useful. The sixth thing that is on the Android but it's not on the iPhone is Bluetooth. Now there is Bluetooth on the iPhone, but you can only use it for a limited amount of things, so for like connecting your phone. But when it comes to actually transferring things, let's say I want to transfer something from the iPhone to the Android with Bluetooth, it won't let me, so I need to download another app to try to do that. It's so complicated. But with the Android, you have Bluetooth, you can use it with any device. Obviously not with the iPhone because the iPhone doesn't have that ability, but you can use it with many things, with your laptop and other Android phones, which I think is so useful. Another thing I've noticed that you can do on the Android but you cannot do on the iPhone is off your phone while charging it. If you off the iPhone and put it on charge, it will on back on, and then you can then off it and it will stay off and keep charging. But even the fact that it turns on when you charge it, it's kind of like, why is it not like that? Doesn't happen with the Android. If you off the Android and put it on charge, it will stay off and charge. I've tried to look up why this is the case, but I couldn't see any like substantial information. The eighth thing that is on the Android but is not on the iPhone is fingerprint. So you can unlock your phone by using your finger at the back. But with the iPhone, I'm not talking about the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I think the 3 generations before that, there is no Touch ID. So you need to use the Face ID, which I guess is also the reason why there's a notch at the top. But with the Android, there's also Face ID, but you don't have the notch at the top. It can be quite annoying because say I'm on the bus and I've got a mask on, it won't detect my face, so I need to put the pin. The ninth thing I've noticed is actually a difference between the Play Store and the App Store. So the Play Store in the Android basically works like a Google search. So on the App Store, unless you key in an exact name, it will not bring up any apps. So you need to actually key in some exact things. So the 10th thing that you can do on the Android but you cannot do on the Apple is that you can restart your phone. You try to off your phone, it shows you power up, restart and emergency. But with the Apple, there is no restart, nothing. So if you want to kind of restart your phone, you need to off it and then turn it back on yourself. Another thing that you can do on the Android but you cannot do on the Apple is that when you put on your alarm before going to bed, it will show you how much you've got to sleep. I think there is a way to find out how much you slept, I think through the fitness app or something, but it doesn't come up automatically on the alarm. Another thing that I've actually found out last week is that if you go on YouTube on the Android, on YouTube Music, you want to like buy a membership with YouTube Music, you can actually get a cheaper version if you're a student. For a student, it's like £5, but if you're not a student, it's a lot more. I think it's like £14 or something like that. But if you go on the iPhone, you don't get this option. You can see on the Android, you can have the student membership, a YouTube Premium as a student, which I think is £6 something. But on the iPhone, it will not show you those things. I just think how it's weird that it's not on the iPhone. Like, so that's a trick that I use. Obviously, you can only do this if you have an Android, but yeah, I think it's quite cool. I was thinking with my sister last time, is this maybe because they think iPhone users are rich and so they can afford anything because the phone is so expensive? But I don't know. Another thing that you can do on the Android but you cannot do on the iPhone is you can, while taking pictures, you can put your hand up and take a picture, which I think is so useful because like you don't have to put a timer on. Oh, there are so many birds. I want to show you guys, but they're gone. But there are so many. Another thing that is on the Android but is not on the iPhone is the space for the memory card. So if your phone is full, you can just buy a memory card from basically anywhere depending on how many gigabytes you want and put it next to the same in the space inside the phone, and you have more gigabytes or more space on your phone. You don't have to buy space like on the iPhone where you have to pay I think £12 or even more than that a month. And on the iPhone, you only have a space for the same. Another quick thing I forgot to add, I'm just gonna quickly mention now, is that you can check your pressure, your water pressure, and also your stress level on the Samsung by just putting your finger at the back. So the last thing that you can do on the Android but you cannot do on the iPhone is going back on apps by just clicking the tabs at the bottom of the phone. But with the iPhone, you actually need to press at the top or something. Sometimes it's actually hard to understand how to go back. Another thing actually that is on the Android but it's not on the iPhone, which is not a big deal, I guess, but on WhatsApp on the Android you can see people's profile picture without actually clicking on their profile, without opening the chat. But on the iPhone you have to open the chat to be able to see the profile picture. Obviously this thing is not life-saving, but I think it's quite quick and something they can just look at a picture and then keep scrolling, but without having to actually open the chat. I think the issue with the iPhone, which is not really an issue, but I think there should be, it's like it doesn't have a background app running system where you can keep apps running even when you're not there, even when they're not open, which I think is something that should be there surely. The iPhone is hyped so much from what even before I used the iPhone, like everyone, iPhone here, iPhone there, iPhone is the best, iPhone is this. But is it actually? Because I'm just trying to find how many differences did I put here. 14 differences of things that are not on the iPhone, the phone that many people claim is the best and this and that. So I think people say it's the best because they haven't actually used the Android yet, and it's criticized. The Android is criticized so much, not by everyone obviously, but like it's very criticized and by people who maybe even haven't used it before and don't even know these differences. So the iPhone is good, but I think the best thing about the iPhone is probably the camera thing. Obviously this is not to say that the iPhone is not good. The iPhone is good. There are many things that are good on the iPhone, but the Android is really a good phone. Their system is so sophisticated and advanced, and it's something that the iPhone I think really needs to expand on. You should be able to leave apps while doing other things. Like instead you need to be stuck there, leave the phone open, or you can basically do nothing. So this video is not to criticize the iPhone at all, and in fact I think there are many things that are on the iPhone that perhaps are not on the Android, like okay, so this is the end of the video. I hope I'm just kidding. If you want to see some differences that are on the iPhone but are not on the Android, then subscribe and wait for part 2. Bye.